Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. Time to look back at all the action from the previous weekend. Another weekend of overtakes, crashes, controversy, drama and summer fun. We are going to be looking at Formula 2 and 3 from Spa-Francorchamps, British Touring Car returns to our screens from Croft, Euro Cup 3 from Aragon in Spain, GB3 from Silverstone, World Rallycross from Hungary, Formula Regional America from New Jersey and Stock Car Pro from the Autodromo Internacional Ayrton Senna. A lot less than the previous several weeks, but still plenty of good stuff. So with all that, let's look back at all the racing and jump into the video.
Let's say a first win of the year for Ollie Bearman in the sprint race, and a feature race win for Franco Colapinto. That brings him into title contention. Hadjar and Aaron will have a mediocre weekend, allowing Zane Maloney and Gabriel Bortoleto to close right in and give us an exciting end to 2024 in the step below Formula 1.
Formula 2 was supporting Formula 1 at the Belgian Grand Prix as it normally does. Isaac Hadjar came into the weekend leading the championship from Paul Aaron. Race 1 was delayed due to weather, but when we did finally get underway, it was Zach O'Sullivan leading the race. It was a surprisingly clean start to the race given the conditions, but the first retirement was Pepe Marti, who looked like he had a case of the gremlins. This led to a red flag and the race was not restarted. It was short, I have nothing else to say. Hopefully we got more than 3 laps in the feature race. Pepe Marti was out before the first corner this time, so talk about efficiency on his part. He and Oliver Bearman made contact and then they both made contact with the tyres, bringing out the safety car. With my pick, Franco Colapinto, also retiring. It seems like we were destined not to get any Formula 2 racing from Spa. Victor Martin's bad luck returned and he ended up in the wall with Rafael Villagomez. One safety car in and then straight back out again. Paul Aaron and Isaac Hadjar were fighting at the front. Hadjar got past before the pit stops, but then Aaron got him back and this was important for the championship. Both Hadjar and Gabriel Bortoleto eventually got past the Estonian, and it was the Brazilian who was chasing down Hadjar for the win. He couldn't do it, and Isaac Hadjar really laid down a marker in the championship, especially with Paul Aaron breaking down on the last lap. Is that the end of the Estonian's fantastic rookie year? Possibly. He has time to get back on track, but it doesn't seem likely. Once we got racing, the racing was good. Isaac Hadjar has a 36-point lead.
Formula 3 likewise is lacking a clear championship leader. Prema drivers Arvid Lindblad and Gabriel Mini have been the top drivers, but have had misfortune. Whereas Leo Fornaroli has been gathering points like a squirrel gathering nuts for winter, but just can't take that first win. Maybe he'll do it here with a win in the sprint race and take the championship lead with a shock win for Noleon in the feature race. The Mexican is extremely talented and I think he can go far.
On to Formula 3, also from Spa, and the sprint was also delayed because of the weather. It didn't take long for the first safety car to come out. Max Esterson crashed first time up Eau Rouge, and Dino Bogdanovic got past Gabriel Mini for the lead. But it looked like he ran off the track and there was some debate over whether or not he should have given the place back. For me, the rules say it would have given him an advantage to make the move, but I'm not a steward. Dino Bogdanovic won. It was a great race with some great battling towards the end. We still had the feature race. Gabriel Mini got turned around at the start. Huge implications for the championship. Several drivers got punctures, but the safety car came out for debutant Tuukka Tarppanen and Martinius Stensorn, who very unfortunately met at the same point with Stensorn sideways across the track. And after a long safety car, Joseph Loke and Sophia Flörsch went off. We were not going to get a whole lot of racing in this one, and so it was to be. Arvid Lindblad was taken out, as was Mari Boyer, and that meant a third safety car. We got 2 racing laps. Calin Voisin won, but this was not much of a race. Voisin did a good job of controlling the restarts, and Leo Fornaroli on the podium again means he has the championship lead, a single point ahead of Gabriel Mini with 2 races left. 7 drivers can mathematically still win the title. Fornaroli, Mini and Browning the cream right now.
But Croft is Colin Turkington country, and he'll take 2 more wins. That will give some faint signs of a championship challenge that will inevitably fade by the time we hit Knock Hill. And we'll go for a first Vauxhall win for 3 years for Aaron Taylor-Smith. It looked like it was going to happen last time out, so at Croft, Taylor-Smith will win the reverse grid race. Ingram and Hill will have a difficult weekend, opening the door for Sutton to close back up, bringing Dan Camish and Colin Turkington with him for a mega title fight over the last few rounds.
British touring cars from Croft, and as this is Colin Turkington country, it was no surprise to see Colin Turkington leading from pole. Nothing really happened and Colin Turkington took yet another Croft win, his 70th in British touring cars. Could he do the same in race 2? No. He lost the lead to Tom Ingram, got nudged onto the grass by Ash Sutton, and dropped to 8th. Rob Huff moved up to 2nd at the same time, and on the soft tyres set about catching Ingram. It only took till lap 5 for Huff to take the lead. Jake Hill was another title contender and BMW driver in strife. He got turned around by Tom Chilton after a mediocre result in race 1, and Adam Morgan spun with a puncture to make it all 3 BMWs. Josh Cook took the lead with a couple of laps left and took the win. Race 3 was by far the best, proper touring car action. Rob Huff nudged Ash Sutton but couldn't get past. Ash Sutton not having a great weekend, but the controversial moment of the weekend was Tom Ingram and Colin Turkington coming together, with the BMW coming off worse. Neither driver wanted to give up ground, and it has all but ended any hope Turkington had of winning the championship. Tom Chilton won the race, but Tom Ingram was ahead of all his rivals and extends his lead with 4 rounds left. Turkington isn't completely out of it, but he's dropped to 6th and is a long way off.
World Rallycross from Hungary, and Johan Kristoffersson will win both rounds. It's silly betting against him. He is almost guaranteed to win every event. No one else can touch him in a Rallycross car.
World Rallycross and round 2 from Hungary. Was this going to be another Johan Kristoffersson whitewash? Well, an issue in Heat 2 meant he would have work to do. Clara Anderson threw away a chance at the final when she crashed in the Joker. Easy win for the Hansen brothers, and local man Janko Vist also made it to the final. Both Volkswagens made contact with Rene Munich as he crashed out of Semi 2. Kristoffersson won the Semi as we moved on to the final. Absolute chaos. Everyone hit everyone, but shockingly, Johan Kristoffersson and Kevin Hansen were out. Nicholas Gronholm took the easiest win of his career, but best of all, Janko Vest getting on the podium at his home round. A lot of very unhappy people after day 1. How would day 2 play out? Well, Clara Anderson won the heats, and Nicholas Gronholm was out in the Semi. So it's all switch around for PWR. Kevin Hansen only just beat Clara Anderson as they both went to the final, with the other Hansen also there. Janko Vist had a heavy crash in Semi 2, which basically decided the final. This time it was clean. Johan Kristoffersson dominated, winning by 11 seconds ahead of his teammate. A Rallycross race by 11 seconds. That is just insane. Verby and Clara Anderson got the better of the Hansen brothers, so the championship is almost certainly going to Kristoffersson again. But we do have a few rounds left where something might happen, but probably won't.
There have been a lot of different winners in 2024, and some of the big guns have struggled. So let's go for a win for Enzo Elias, which I guess could be considered a shock, and another for Rafael Suzuki, who needs to get his title challenge back on track after a pretty horrendous time at Velocita last time out. I almost guarantee this prediction won't even be close.
Brazilian stock car pro from Guyana, one of the most open series in the world. My pick was Enzo Elias, and he got turned around at the start, which is the story of all my predictions. I'm pretty sure they all had accidents at some point. Gabriel Casagrande was at fault and he was penalised, ending up a lap down and way behind his title rivals. Dudu Barrichello took his second win of the year and ever. On to race 2, quite a few retirements, mostly mechanical issues. Felipe Massa got past Gabriel Casagrande, but the reigning champion returned the favour. With 13 minutes left, Petikov spun on his own, and another car was parked on the track. That meant safety car. Gabriel Casagrande took the win, a much needed win after his bad luck on Saturday. Still some way to go, and anyone can be champion here. We also got a look at the SUVs that will be replacing the current cars next year, and they honestly looked great. More series will move in that direction soon.
Javier Segura put down a masterclass at Zandvoort. 2 wins and a stamp of authority on the championship lead. He'll lose out to Bruno Delpino in race 1 and Owen Tangavelu in race 2, but finish second in both races and keep up his championship lead, even extending it.
Eurocup 3 from Aragon. In a weekend with a lot of single-seater racing and not much else, this was a chance for this series to really shine. This started with a big shock. MP teammates Javier Segura and Owen Tangavelu collided and both were out. A massive blow for MP as Campos swept into the first 4 places, but even bigger for Segura after building a lead with 2 wins at the last round. This was a fun race with the battle at the front between teammates Jesse Carrasquedo and Christian Ho being quite feisty. Jesse Carrasquedo held off his title challenging teammate to take his first Eurocup win. We got a crash before the formation lap in race 2 that meant a delayed start. We did eventually get going, but we were shortly under safety car again, with several cars very damaged and out of the race. This race was less interesting than the first, with Javier Segura winning again. Christian Ho has closed up slightly, as has Bruno Delpino, so it is all to play with 2 rounds left. We need to get better cameras to film this series with, because once again, the footage was dreadful in quality, but at least the racing was a big improvement over previous rounds.
There have been 7 different winners in the last 7 GB3 races, So predicting who is going to win is like predicting which stray pube is going to get caught in the zipper. I think Polish Championship leader Timothy Kaharczyk will take the win in race 1, John Bennett will take race 2, and Mackenzie Cresswell will win race 3. But Lewis Sharp and William McIntyre will both have decent weekends, and these 5 drivers will fight for the championship with only 6 races left after we get done at Silverstone.
GB3 from Silverstone, and we got a great fight for the lead on the first lap. Lewis Sharp battled with Mackenzie Cresswell when all of a sudden both were passed by John Bennett. Great stuff. Timothy Kaharczyk though went off at the end of the Hamilton Straight, and with all his title rivals at the front, that was a massive moment for the championship. And with Mackenzie Cresswell winning race 2, the title rivals were taking wins and sharing the points. So race 3 was going to be very important. We had some early casualties, such as a returning Ugo Ugachukwu, who is seemingly still struggling wherever he races. Arthur Aragon took his second win, and the title contenders were nicely spaced to keep things interesting. Sharp leads Bennett by 4 points.
This is entirely about Ryan Sheehan and Patrick Woods-Toff, and again, the two will share the wins. Canadian Woods-Toff will take 2 of them, and Sheehan 1. The championship almost level pegging with 5 races to come at Motorsport in Texas. There's just no one else in this series I feel really impresses, and if they can avoid contact going off, then Patrick Woods-Toff and Ryan Sheehan will have this easily.
Finally, Formula Regional America from New Jersey, only 9 cars on the grid and no Ryan Sheehan. This pretty much kills the series. Sadly, it's a case of finding the funding to race, and for Ryan Sheehan's lack of finances, they've probably cost him the championship. Pretty dull stuff. Titus Sherlock 1-1, Nicholas Ambiado 1-1, and then they collided in race 3, taking Sherlock out of the race. Patrick Woods-Toff took the final win, and now has a very strong lead in the championship. So that was all the racing from the past weekend. What was your race of the weekend? I have to say, the Formula 3 sprint race was very exciting, especially the ending, and the first Euro Cup 3 race was surprisingly fun. World Rallycross was pretty manic, and Brazil stock cars were as exciting as ever, but my race of the weekend goes to the 3rd BTCC race, proper touring car racing at its finest. Next weekend we have a lot less on than normal. World Rally Championship from Finland, TCR World Tour from El Pina in Uruguay, IMSA from Road America, and Super GT is back at Fuji. And that's it. So I'll do my usual prediction video on Friday, even though I only have a handful of winners to choose. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.